starve cancer cells in the body naturally and effectively. Targeting cancer cells naturally is an area of active research. Science has shown that some foods and lifestyle changes can create an environment where cancer cells find it hard to survive or even thrive. We're going to explore the science behind it, and I'll be sharing some key strategies you can start incorporating into your life today to naturally starve cancer cells in your body. And the best part, these tips are not only beneficial for your health overall, but they're also easy to integrate into your daily routine. But remember, this is not a substitute for medical advice. Always consult with your healthcare provider, especially when dealing with something as serious as cancer. So, let's get into how we can support our bodies in this natural fight and help prevent cancer growth in general and complement standard cancer therapies by targeting mechanisms cancer cells use to thrive. Number 1. Fasting and intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, or periodic prolonged fasting, 24 to 72 hours, has gained attention for its potential health benefits, including the possibility of affecting cancer cells. Cancer cells grow and multiply at an incredibly fast rate compared to normal cells. They need lots of energy to do this. Most cancer cells primarily rely on glucose, sugar in the bloodstream, for fuel, and they thrive in environments where glucose is plentiful. When you fast, whether it's intermittent fasting or extended fasting, your blood sugar levels drop, and so does insulin, the hormone that helps move glucose into cells. As glucose becomes less available, your body switches to other sources of energy like fat, producing ketones in the process. Healthy cells can adapt to using ketones for energy, but cancer cells struggle to do so. Cancer cells are inefficient at utilizing ketones, so they are effectively starved when glucose is scarce. This metabolic stress can weaken cancer cells, slow their growth, or even lead to their death while leaving healthy cells relatively unaffected. Some studies have shown that fasting may enhance the effectiveness of chemotherapy. When patients fast before chemotherapy, it may stress cancer cells even more, making them more vulnerable to treatment. Healthy cells, on the other hand, enter a protective mode during fasting, potentially reducing the side effects of chemotherapy. Number 2. Eating more anti-angiogenic foods. Anti-angiogenic foods are a powerful weapon we all have in our kitchens to starve cancer cells in our bodies. To understand how these foods work, let's first talk about angiogenesis. Angiogenesis is the process through which new blood vessels are formed. While this process is normal and essential for wound healing and supplies oxygen to organs and tissues, it also plays a crucial role in cancer growth. Cancerous tumors can cause angiogenesis to occur by releasing chemical signals that stimulate the growth of new blood vessels. These new blood vessels supply the tumor with oxygen and nutrients, which allows the tumor to grow and spread. This is where anti-angiogenic foods come in. Anti-angiogenic foods contain compounds that can inhibit angiogenesis. These foods can disrupt the signals that cancer cells send to attract new blood vessels. By slowing down angiogenesis, they essentially starve the tumor, making it harder for it to grow and spread. Some powerful examples of anti-angiogenic foods are berries, turmeric, tomatoes, garlic, dark leafy greens, red grapes, red peppers, dark chocolate, green tea, and soy milk. By regularly incorporating these foods into your diet, you can help create an environment in your body that is less conducive to cancer growth. Number 3. Reducing sugar intake. Sugar plays a role in how cancer cells grow in your body, and reducing sugar intake could potentially help starve cancer cells. Normally, your body breaks down sugars and carbohydrates from food into glucose, a type of sugar. Glucose is the primary fuel for your body's cells, providing energy for everything from walking to thinking. But here's the catch. Cancer cells have a particularly big appetite for glucose. In fact, cancer cells use glucose much more efficiently than normal cells, consuming it at a rapid rate to fuel their abnormal growth and division. When you consume lots of processed sugars like sugary drinks, candies, or refined carbs, you're feeding not just your healthy cells, but also cancer cells, allowing them to grow faster. But by cutting back on processed sugars and focusing on healthier carbohydrates, like those found in vegetables, whole grains, and some fruits, you could reduce the excess fuel cancer cells thrive on. Reducing sugar doesn't mean starving your healthy cells, though. Your body can still produce energy from other sources, like fats and proteins. However, cancer cells, which are often metabolically inflexible, struggle to adapt when sugar levels drop. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, please give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment if you want to share any of your own experiences which might help other people. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more health tips. Number 4. Plant-based diet with phytochemicals. A plant-based diet rich in phytochemicals plays an important role in preventing cancer by slowing the growth of cancer cells. Phytochemicals are naturally occurring compounds found in plants, such as fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes, and they are known for their antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-carcinogenic properties. Cancer cells thrive on certain nutrients to grow and multiply rapidly. They create their own blood supply in a process called angiogenesis, drawing in oxygen and nutrients from your body to fuel their growth. But certain phytochemicals found in plant foods, such as sulforaphane in broccoli or other cruciferous vegetables, flavonoids in green tea or citrus fruits, and anthocyanins in berries, can inhibit angiogenesis, cutting off the blood supply that cancer cells need to survive and spread. Phytochemicals also boost your body's own defenses. They enhance immune system function, helping your body recognize and attack cancer cells more effectively. For example, compounds in cruciferous vegetables, like kale and Brussels sprouts, activate enzymes that detoxify carcinogens before they cause harm. In addition, normal cells undergo apoptosis, also known as programmed cell death, when they are damaged or no longer needed, but cancer cells often evade this process, allowing them to survive and multiply. Certain phytochemicals, such as sulforaphane in cruciferous vegetables and genistein in soy, can help trigger apoptosis in cancer cells, promoting their death without harming healthy cells. Researchers show that eating a plant-based diet helps cancer patients manage treatment-related side effects. So, start by adding more plant-based foods to your meals. Swap out processed snacks for colorful fruits. Toss leafy greens into your lunch, or try adding turmeric to your smoothies. Every bite filled with phytochemicals helps starve cancer cells and supports your body's defense mechanisms. Number 5. Ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet, which is high in fats, moderate in proteins, and low in carbohydrates, is being explored for its potential to help starve cancer cells. Because most cancer cells thrive on glucose, sugar that comes from the carbohydrates we eat. By reducing carbohydrate intake, the body shifts from using glucose as its main energy source to using ketones produced from fat, in a state called ketosis. Unlike healthy cells, which can adapt to use fats and ketones as fuel, cancer cells are highly dependent on glucose for energy. By cutting out carbs, the body produces less glucose, and cancer cells struggle to survive. Some research indicates that a ketogenic diet can enhance the effectiveness of conventional cancer treatments, such as chemotherapy and radiation, by making cancer cells more vulnerable to damage and more susceptible to treatment. Some of the foods you should eat when you're following the ketogenic diet are healthy fats, like avocado, nuts, seeds, olive oil, moderate protein, like grass-fed meats, poultry, salmon, sardine, eggs, and low-carb vegetables like leafy greens, broccoli, cauliflower. Number 6. Exercise and oxygenation. We all know that regular exercise is good for our hearts, muscles, and overall health. But did you know it can also be a powerful tool in the fight against cancer? Every day, our body cells rely on oxygen to function. Oxygen fuels cellular energy production, keeps our immune system strong, and supports healing. But cancer cells play by different rules. They thrive in low oxygen environments, and they become more aggressive, spreading to other parts of the body. Physical activity increases your heart rate, which improves blood circulation throughout the body and raises oxygen levels in tissues, creating an environment that cancer cells can no longer rely on to generate energy as efficiently. This starves them of the energy they need to grow and multiply. Moreover, more oxygen also strengthens the immune system, allowing it to recognize and attack cancer cells more effectively. Not only does exercise directly weaken cancer cells, but it also helps make treatments more effective. Radiation therapy, for example, works better in oxygen-rich environments. By exercising regularly, cancer patients can potentially improve their response to treatments and reduce the risk of cancer recurrence. There you have it, 6 ways to starve cancer cells naturally and effectively. Remember, while these natural methods can be powerful, it's essential to consult with healthcare professionals before making significant changes, especially if you are undergoing cancer treatment. By taking proactive steps and prioritizing your health, you can empower yourself in your journey toward wellness. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourself.